Good day, gentlemen and ladies. Today we are the 23rd of October, Saturday. Or I should say Saturday the 23rd of October 2021. And this is the third year that I own my Mahindra eMax 20S HST. And I'm gonna do the most honest review video of my 3 years with that marvel. Alright? Because it is a marvel. The pain, that all the work, all the video that you saw doing all various stuff what I did with this tractor is outstanding. All right, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion and the stuff that I did, and also I'm gonna put it in segment in the bottom of the video so you can scroll down the video. See, I'm gonna name them so it will be better. So I'm gonna start from the front to the rear, and I hope the thing will be good. That will include a lot of video editing, but hey, that's the name of the game. All right, so let's do that. Cheers. All right, so starting by the front part, I'm just gonna talk about that very strong bucket. The bucket is very outstandingly very well made. It's got a thick plate here, it's about that thick. I can show you the thickness, but I know it's still straight like an arrow. The bucket integrity, the structure of the integrity of the bucket is still solid. I mean, you all saw the work I've done here and at Joe's place, and also on my former land in Shefford. Adding this hook right in the middle was a great advantage for me for lifting, pulling, everything I have to do. The thick plate in the back here, which I'm pointing out, is very well made. It's a thick one. I mean, that bucket, it's not a cheapy one. It's a very high class bucket, and I really like it. The quick attach, the lever are easily movable. Of course, I clean them. I don't water clean them. I just dust them out. But yeah, it's very well made. I'm gonna do a close view about it right now. Okay, so you can see on my hand here. That's it's very that's for keeping the quick attach. The plate is not only until there, it's all the way to the length of the bucket. So that makes the bucket very strong. Also, the plate I was talking about here, it's very good. So yes, that bucket. And one thing I like to add is the lip here. It's starting from the, well, it's all the same sheet, but here as they come off, they did a bend there, another one there, another one, and there, it's not finishing there. All the way there's another one here. So it's really, it's like a tubing, and then a tubing with a big thick plate on the top here. It's, I mean, you cannot go wrong with that. Now I'm gonna talk about the feld. The feld itself, it's very well made, strong. When I had full of dirt, like wet dirt or crushed rock, very wet, I have to be very careful because I can see the limit, because it is very strong lifting capacity, as you saw in many of my videos. However, that being said, you have to very carefully, of course, with all type of tractor, you have to be careful when you lift it. On even ground, stuff like that. The weakest point I have to say about how they proceed to pass the hydraulic lines, I'm gonna do a close-up. There's some chafing occurring, and I had that on my video when it's called I'm doing a full strip tease. On that video I showed that. So just hold up. It's right here with my little finger, so I put a scuff pad because the hydraulic hose from the going in the back was chafing against the reinforced gossip here, and so by putting a chafing pad there, it was really great, and I recommend that you all do that. Okay, no, I ain't gonna talk about the stuff that I added, like my first aid kit, my beam first searchlight. I do recommend to install a higher beam, because when the bucket raise, like most, I mean all sub-top cat tractor, they put the light all too low. They should put like a coming with a light system attached from the back. So that's why I come out with that big light here, and it's outstanding. You also my night video. All right. Now talking about the foot pedal. All right. They're very well placed. I really like the way like you just advance your foot forward, rear, very good. The locking mechanism for putting the tractor, the parking brake is very good. I have nothing wrong to say about that. Now what I want to talk is about the carpet. This is for all eMax user, is Mahindra. With the small carpet I used to have, it caused corrosion under it, like under here. So that's why I had to remove the old carpet, remove the steel plate, remove the corrosion, paint it, and then put a big thick carpet over overlaying the edge, so the snow, the rain was going out. Now what they do is that occur, they will paint it with I forgot the name, Linex. It's like for the truck box. You know, if you own a truck, in the back you can spray Linex. That's what they do. They remove the carpet and they just paint it with Linex, and that's it. It's fixed. All right. So just a word of advice for the. You can go see their dealer. Most of them they do it, and Mahindra pay for that. Now for the control. For the rear 3-point attachment is very easy, accessible. For the low range or neutral, it's really easy. Sometimes, yes, I have to put in neutral, just play a little bit and then it goes, but never force the lever. It just go like really smooth. However, that being said, now that most of the time I'm not on the dirt anymore, maybe here, but if I am on the asphalt, I often have to put the four-wheel drive on off position, so I have to play like this. This one could be sometimes tricky. It just remember when I was in the army, I am in the Air Force, but I used to be in the army before. We had the various truck, then we have to put rearward to disengage the 4x4, so that's kind of the trick with that. All right, now the seat, it's a real comfort seat. I mean, I spent 8 hours, 10 hours on that seat. I had no problem, very comfortable. There's a good spring loaded seat also. It's not like mine. It's a heavy one, but there's a good spring here, and the system for the wire. The reason why I put tape here, because one time it was chafing. So I just put tape over it, and of course it was yellow, and that fixed the problem. I'm gonna talk about the tilt seat on the other side. All right. Now for the rope itself system. When I was in Shepherd, you remember I had to put it down because my garage was too small. The only concern I had was those. I'm just gonna remove it for you. These little cotter pin, not cotter pin, safety pins, they could be a pain when it's minus 23 outside, and removing your finger, put it in there. They should come up with a better system. Joe had a great one. He just put a bolt with a big nut, and that's it. But yeah, it's definitely not an easy one to install. Like right now, I can use my fingers and with one hand. There we go, but still not a good idea. Now the rear light, I really like it. That's the thing I had, because they are movable, so you can rearward. It could be put on the side, and they're very like large beam. All right. One thing I like to mention about the Backhoe. When I bought the tractor, I received the tractor at the end of August. However, I was the first Canadian to have the Backhoe on the eMax in Canada, and I had to wait 2 months before they calling me. So it was around that time, end of October, when I did receive the backhoe. So they came get the tractor, they bring it the chauffeur, they had it for a week and a half, and then I had it back by the beginning of November or end of the October. For the backhoe, just hold on, I'm gonna put it there. Now for the backhoe itself, I mean, all the controls, everything, I mean, it's flawless, it's very well built, strong. I mean, everything, like all the again, so the pivot point, the grease nipple, grease nuts, everything, the cylinder. I don't have to run that. When I do use my rear backhoe, I don't need to put high RPM. I'm gonna show you the gauge. I run it around if I do like 1600 RPM max, and it's plenty enough. I've got nothing wrong to say. It's a very well made. I mean, the mechanical thumb that Joe made for me, it's a very nice. I was able to grab things, and it was very good. All right, so yeah, I've got the one thing I like to mention is there's not too much sub tractor you can do that, but once the backhoe is installed, as you can see, I can still have my rear 3-point attachment, and that's a good thing. All right, no hassle to remove it. I mean, it's there, and it's really good about that. And there's not too much that's thing you may take in consideration. Now, that being said, the thing, like I made several video about the importance, warning, when you use the backhoe, every 8 hours of operation you have to tighten up those 60 something nuts, every bolt and nuts in the rear of the tractor, even forward, you need to tighten up. They were calling for 12 hours for no, sorry, they were calling for 20 hours of operation to retort. No, I tried 12 hours, didn't work. 8 hours is the perfect timing I found. When 8 hours of work with the backhoe, retight every nut. I'm gonna put the link of the video, so you don't guys ask me where it is. I'm gonna put it right in there. All right. For the tires, they're very well made. I'm very happy about these tires. Very good quality. I'm just gonna. They're Track Chief, and they're made by Carlisle's. The word is inverted, but it's Carlisle. It's very good. However, when I bought the tractor, I'm gonna show you the crack. You see that big crack there? Where it came, I tried to glue it several times, but hey, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Other than that, I'm very happy with it. This slippery in the winter, that's why I had chain, because they're less rubberized. They must have put more Kevlar into it, but other than that, I'm very happy. Now, one thing I forget to mention to you is the oil dripping. On the rear part of the differential for the right wheel. All right, for the oil dropping, like we were all talking about Joe, like how many oil is dropping on the ground this tractor. I do have a seep of oil, a light one, but I think for the back of the tractor, it's just because I think I'm gonna change my hydraulic oil, because there's no oil cooler in that tractor. And I did use it often for a long period of time. Only a seep. It's not a big leak. It's not a leak. It's just sometimes it depends on the situation. You cannot leak for like me for. I mean, I had the tractor parked for 3 months. There had no leak at all. And one day I come up when I work spread in there, and I had like a teaspoon leak on the ground from the hydraulic system. So that many things may happen. All right. Now for the front differential, I do have a small leak in the forward on that side. And I think the first maintenance manual, they do call for a normal oil. I think it's I don't remember the double use, but I think it's 20W45, like a gear oil. But the new maintenance book, they call to put just hydraulic oil. It could be that. So what I'm doing right now is when I'm gonna do the maintenance, I will make a maintenance video in November. I'm gonna change, I'll flush all the oil. I will put for the first maintenance manual I receive a gear differential forward, and I had to talk with the local dealer. What do you think about that? All right. Now I'm gonna pop up the hood. A lot of guys, sometimes they ask me, why do I have a rag over the quadrant? Well, the quadrant are made of plastic. By putting a rag over it, they protecting it against dust and stuff like that. I'm just gonna turn out there so you can all see. Just hold on. Can you see? Shoot. How many hours that I have? I hope you're able to see it. All right. So the gauge are very well made. I mean, I have the fuel gauge. I have various. I don't know if I can. Nah, they don't light up. This is the for the go plug, the battery, but a lot of things does light up, and the quadrant is very well made. All the control, the lights, the four-way flasher, the throttle for the RPM, very well made. I mean, I have nothing. Let's say that in general, I have no problem. Like for same thing with the rear PTO, rear and mid, and only mid. It's very no problem. For the brake, the adjustment of how high I want to have the snow blower, how fast I want it to drop. I mean, it's very good. The brake is it's a wet type of brake, and it's very well made also. I know everything is very well made, but it's easy adjustable under, because I had to adjust it about 1 year ago when I hit 375. I had to adjust it. All right, so let's open the hood. Again, I made a video when I did clean the intake, the air intake for the air filter. The maintenance is very easy. It's only a rubber band holding in place. The screen here for the it's really easy removable. All right, that line I do it personally. By the way, all the Mahindra which are made before 2019, they don't have like a catch tank for the the cooling water. I order one, so it will be right here, and I will make a video about that. All right, now seriously, if I say the word YANMAR, the name said it all. YANMAR diesel engine, to me, they're the top of the line. It's a really good workhorse. All right, I mean, there's nothing to they're good. They're outstandingly good. They're super good. All right, now for the filter, very easy to change. That's the secondary one right here. The first one is right there in the bottom. I didn't change it yet. I will change them even if they are not due, because I do take care of my diesel. Like, there's no sediment in the bottom, and the next one it's also the same. So yeah, when you take care of I pre-filter it every time I put the diesel, except when I went to the pump in the two video. But yeah, other than that, the strap here is very good. All right, so it's holding the hood. Now I'm pointing that, okay, that's gonna be tough to see, but where I'm pointing at, that's the electric connection to feed up the line. Well, that also gets chafe, so what I've done is I just took a garden hose and wrap up, and I put the tie wrap, and that fixes it all, and I have no more issues. So that's another place you may want to correct that. That was the first or second year when I put the light beam. So I did make a video about that. So yeah, I just recollect my talk, my thinking. Oh yes, the seat. Just hold on. Now for the seat, it's not easy going. That's why I have my gloves. The mechanism is a very strong one, but the little lever that could be tricky sometimes. So there's a lever here. I'm gonna show it. That lever here, it's for unlocking the mechanism to twist the seat. All right. There's no locking mechanism. So what you simply do is just lift the seat like that. Then you tilt it like this. But just hold up. That mechanism here could be tricky, and often I had to re-weld it because the let's say it was not a nice finish, so it could be a concern. And that mechanism is for locking the seat in place so it won't fall back. So I'm just gonna tilt it for you. I don't know if you can see it. Oh boy, I think anyway, so that's the mechanism here. It's locking the seat in place. All right, so other than that, the seat on that portion, I mean, sometime I was even 10 hours on the Backhoe. It was very comfortable. I never use the armrest. For me, it's a nuisance, so I always leave it like that. Even in the truck, on the base, I had several trucks, and the kids are always putting down that armrest. I like to be a free flying guy, so it's easy to get off it now. So I always put that back. I can breathe. All right. Now, I had a problem once. It's simply again just a matter of torquing the bolts, and that happened when I was digging the Joe's trenches in the former house. The seat was like awkward, so I just tied up the bolts and everything was done. Right. Of course, the little toolbox is always too small. Now here I ain't gonna do nothing yet so far, but I'm very happy. All my cutter pins for the snowblowers, I've got some tools in there. I've got all the tools to remove I have a small hammer and everything is there, but it's still too small. And yeah, that's the thing. Now for the general thing I like to mention, and that model tractor, I mean, it's a consortium with TYM, Mahindra. There's another one, I think. It's yes, Rural King, HST Tractor. They seem to be alike. They are alike. All right. So yes, but the thing I like to mention, they all made of cast iron. They are not cast aluminum like most tractor big brand, let's say. And that's a big key factor because my rear tower are not liquid filled, and it's heavy. I can feel it. I can lift a bucket forward and my back won't lift. You all see me. All right. Even I think when I spray I didn't have my backhoe in the back because I had to move the RV, so it was, and the RV attachment, it was not that heavy. So yeah, it's very well made. And oh, one thing I forget to mention. Yes. Over the years, and there's a crack who appear on the fiberglass here. It's a very small crack. It's all made of fiberglass. And I do think it was a kind of, because I installed the fire extinguisher and I have often the tendency to put my feet here, and you see. So if I didn't have a fire extinguisher, perhaps I would put it right on the steel plate. And that will be what caused that, but that's an easy fix. I just have to pierce the hole, attach it with tie wrap and fiberglass on it, and that's it, it's fixed. So when I told you I'm honest, and just because I don't want to talk about the bad thing on my tractor, I mentioned to you the crack, the corrosion under the carpet, the seep, the oil leak. It could be, for me, the rear is probably because my hydraulic oil is overdue, and the forward one, like, I'm honest, because it's a big investment for me. It is. I'm still paying it. I still have 2 years, but the finance is very outstandingly good. I mean, it's 0% of finance. If you had no different if I had to pay it straight at the front desk, I think that's how you call it, or if I had to put it in 5 years down payment, a monthly payment, I mean, it was the same price. So hey, that's quite a good aggressive financial plan, and it's not the reason I bought that tractor, because I really like it. It had several factors when I went with Mahindra. First of all, the dealership, it was very near. In Shefford, we were like, there's TYM, there's Case, there's Mahindra, there's John Deere. A little bit further more, they had Kubota, then New Holland. Massey Ferguson was the furthest more, that was about around 40k max. So 40 kilometers. So yeah, maybe less. Maybe Joe will. Oh, I can look at the map. But anyway, we were really lucky. And here in the region, I have the same. So yeah. Other than that, if a new owner or guys want to write me about precise question on the tractor, please do. Yes. And one thing I like to mention, the tractor don't come with a horn, and legally I cannot go on the street. So I've been a bad boy all the time, you see me on the street. So I'm gonna put a horn this winter, because yeah, I don't want to need like of course I got the master officer voice, which could be stronger than sometimes a horn, but yeah, I need to be by the rules. All right, so on that, I hope you enjoy my small talking video about my tractor. I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna try to make it in segment, but yeah, I think I did the all around. So far, it's been my third year, 430 hours. If I had to redo it, yes, because I love it. I mean, it's a great tractor. And other than that, have a good one. Cheers.